It's Tom Rouse here from Corteva Agriscience. I look after the eastern counties, Norfolk, Suffolk, Essex and Kent as area sales manager. Just looking at some winter wheat today. Glorious sunshine here in Suffolk. Wheat's growing away nicely with fertiliser under their feet, so we're just going to go and do a little bit of disease assessment. Here we have a crop of first winter wheat behind combining peas. The variety is Mayflower. So yeah, looking closely, yes, there's a small amount of septoria on these overwintered leaves, but they're all dying back quite nicely. All of the new material that's growing away in the spring in response to fertiliser, it's tillering away quite nicely. No active rust, no mildew, wouldn't expect it behind peas anyway. On a later drilled crop. So I will be expecting to probably think about utilising my Inatrek application in a product like Univoc. So Inatrek active plus prothioconazole, probably aiming for the T2 slot this year, unless we have significant rainfall and septoria pressure is extremely high at T1. But in a crop like Mayflower drilled late October, I don't expect that to be the case. Therefore Univoc fits nicely for me as a T2 option. Same farm, south of Bury St Edmunds. We've got a crop of KWS Palladium here. Clearly this crop starting to get there in terms of tillering up nicely. Being so late drilled, again quite a clean variety, KWS Palladium. Not too concerned of any disease pressure at the moment, and actually certainly that little bit even less septoria at this stage than the Mayflower we looked at. Again, no qualms as of yet from a rust perspective. So yeah, not too concerned there given the resistance rating. Fungicide strategy at the moment on the KWS Palladium here. Probably very similar to the Mayflower, not too concerned about chasing rust as a T0. If this was a rusty variety, I would be thinking about making sure I had some triazole and some strobe on the farm for the inevitable outbreaks when this crop would respond to nitrogen. But I'm not in that boat here, so my focus really is going to be towards the end of April from a T1 perspective. Univoc again on this variety, probably focusing around the T2 situation, given the fact that I think my disease pressure, yield potential, drill date and variety are all going into that calculation where I'm best spending most of my fungicide money from a septoria perspective at T2. If I was looking here at a high potential, growth stage 30, winter wheat, thick, lush, forward, dirty variety drilled at the end of September, I may think about considering using Inatrek based Univoc as a T1 strategy and reach for some of the alternative new chemistry as a T2. But we're not in that boat, particularly on this farm, so a lighter input program is the plan at present, focusing with my Univoc as a T2 option. So yeah, all in all, pretty pleased with the state of the wheats coming out of the winter, considering how much rain we had in the autumn and the lateness of drilling. Yeah, we've got some 8 to 10 tonne potential wheat crops here, I would suggest. So most of my budget for the rest of this year is going to be based around that. Relatively low disease pressure, focusing in my Inatrek as my T2. Price point looks very promising for that position up against some of the competition. Plus a unique mode of action, giving me the best levels of septoria control in that T2 slot when the pressure is most likely to be highest this year.